You are listening to The World As I See It podcast. As I see it podcast. As I see it podcast. As I see it podcast.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to The World As I See It podcast. I am so glad that you are here with me for episode 40. So, today I wanted to do something a little lighter and a little ridiculous. Now, nobody actually asked me these questions in person. So I decided to go on a little scavenger hunt myself. So I sat down and typed a few phrases into Google, like, how do blind people and can blind people? Just to see what the autocomplete would suggest. Some of the results are hilariously funny, and honestly, a lot of them should be common sense if you've actually Googled these. Don't be offended, but we're going to have some fun with this. So, the first one that popped up literally made me stop and think for a second. Can blind people talk? Wait a second. What? This is a literal thing that you type into Google that you think you think we don't talk? I'm literally talking to you right now on a podcast. Do people think that because the vision in my brain, the vision cord in my brain's unplugged, that the voice cord went with it? I promise you that my mouth works perfectly fine. And if you ask my family, they'll probably tell you that it works too well, and I never stop talking. And while we're on the subject of things that my face can do, Google also wanted to know, can blind people blink? Yes, we blink. It's a reflex. If a gust of wind hits my face, my eyelids, they blink. I don't have to see something coming at me to blink. My body just does it to keep my eyes healthy. I'm not walking around staring like, a statue at, I'm not looking like a statue all day. Along those same lines, people are apparently wondering, can blind people feel their eyes? This one is just strange. And yes, I can feel my eyes. They are attached to my face. If I get an eyelash in there, I definitely feel it. Just because I can't see out of them don't mean that they've gone numb. That's almost like asking someone if they can feel their toes just because they aren't looking at them right now. Think about that for a second. And naturally, if we can feel them, can blind people close their eyes? Again, common sense. I close them when I sleep, when I wash my face, or when I'm just relaxing. And I don't, hold my eyes open all the time because I'm completely blind and don't see anything. So my eyes, they're closed a lot of the time. It's a muscle, not a visual setting. I also saw a lot of, can blind people cry? Apparently, some people think that because I can't see, my tear ducts just retired. And I can confirm, yes, I can cry. When I'm sad, when I'm laughing too hard. You know, my eyes, they might not see the world, but they can still turn into a water fountain just like yours can. Then it starts getting into my other senses. Like, how do blind people hear? Yes, you heard that right. How do blind people hear? At this point, I just wonder if Googler is making these up or if people just really want to know these things, because I wonder if it made this up or if somebody typed this in. I hear with my ears. Me being blind has nothing to do with my hearing. I don't see with my ears. I just listen. And I'm not sure why Google thinks that my ears would stop working just because I'm blind. I don't know. Got me on that one. Then we get to the daily life stuff, like how do blind people eat? I just do. That's what I want to say. I just eat. What do you mean? People genuinely wonder if we miss our mouths. Look, I've been eating 3 meals a day for my whole life. I think that I've found where my mouth is by now. I use my fork to fill the plate, or I use the clock method. Though I will admit, trying to eat, a slippery piece of pasta, it is challenging. It's a dangerous game. Those things are just, they fly, they're hard to get on the fork. But I just eat. I know where my mouth is. Google. But the absolute winner is how do blind people drive? This is my favorite one. And it's very popular when I type that into Google. Oh, and this is my favorite. Did you seriously think that I'm actually driving? No way. I mean, I guess I could just take my cane, stick it out the driver's side window, and wave it back and forth to feel for other cars. I mean, I've never tried. Maybe I should. I'll work on that. But I genuinely don't think that the highway patrol would be too pleased about that. For now, I'm the permanent passenger. I control the music and the snacks. And that's a big enough responsibility. Since I'm not driving, people want to know, how do blind people walk? One foot in front of the other. I use my cane to feel the ground and my ears to hear the open space. It's orientation and mobility. I'm not just guessing. I'm seeing the world with my cane and with my ears. That was not as ridiculous. I could understand why people would want to know that. But it could be rephrased slightly. And then the question shifts to schedule, starting with, how do blind people know when to go to sleep? I have an internal clock. My body knows when it's time, when it's tired and exhausted. People think because it's dark for us, we just live in a state of permanent confusion. I promise that my brain knows when it's late and I'm tired. And on the flip side, how do blind people know when to wake up? I have a very, very loud Alexa that is more than happy to yell at me until I get out of bed. I don't need to see a sunrise to know that it's time to start the day. I also noticed people asking, how do blind people not get bored? I get bored sometimes, but honestly, how could I be bored? I have music, I have friends, I have this podcast. My world is full of things to do. If you think life is boring just because you can't see, you aren't listening closely enough. And that one led to, how do blind people not fall asleep during the day? Because I have things to do. I have school. I have this podcast. Being blind doesn't mean I'm just constantly in sleep mode. This one actually got me a little fired up. How do blind people think? Okay, what? That's what's running through my head when I read this question, is what? How did you not think about this? Because seriously, just because I can't see, do you really think that I can't use my brain to think about things? I mean, I think in words, sounds, and feelings. Let's put it like this. Since people type into Google, or Google's just making all this up, I don't know at this point. But if I'm thinking about a pizza, I'm not seeing a photo of it, but I'm thinking about the amazing smell, the gooey cheese, and the taste. My thoughts are just as busy as yours. They just don't have a movie screen playing in the background. My brain works fine, and I promise that. Finally, I found this one. Do blind people yawn? Yes! It's a reflex. And fun fact, yawning is contagious for us too. If I hear that yawning sound, I'm probably going to catch it. It's just human nature. Just because my eyes don't work doesn't mean that my brain, my ears, and my other senses work. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode and that it gave you a good laugh. I certainly enjoyed doing this and finding the most ridiculous things that Google fills in. And like I said, Google may be making this up, or people genuinely wanted to know this. I think it's common sense, but, it's a good reminder that sometimes common sense isn't always so common. So, thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it. If you have any questions, feedback, or ideas, I want to hear from you. If you are on YouTube, you can comment down below, or you can send me an email at theworldasiseeitpodcast@gmail.com. Stay curious, keep listening, and I will talk to you in episode.
You've been listening to The World as I See It podcast.